just a brief about Akashic records. The Akashic records are every soul's information that is stored at a higher frequency or a higher dimensional level. And by accessing this information, we can get clarity, validation, advice, guidance from the Akashic record keepers and guides about what you can possibly create in this lifetime. With your past actions and your choices and decisions, you will be creating a possible future. But if you don't want that future to form, you can choose to act on it differently today, and that possible future will change. So that is what Akashic Records is briefly. And if you want to know about your finances, today is the day, because today we're only doing finance related or money related questions. You can ask about your careers because that is also related to finance. You can ask about your businesses because that is also related to your finance. Okay, so have your cameras on, especially when we are connecting, and I'm going to look at you while I'm doing this so that it's easy for me to uh, connect with you more energetically and get more accurate information. All right, so start writing your questions. Okay, um, I want you to have your full name, complete name. If you have an initial, full form of that initial. If you have a middle name, please specify whatever is written in your passport or your identity cards. That is the name that I need, followed with your question. So your full name and then dash and then your question. Keep your question as small and specific as possible because I will not be able to go into details of your question on such a short live call. Okay, so start sending me your questions and I'm going to um, choose a few people and write down their names. All right. Keep in mind, this is a money reading. So questions related to money would be better. Please send the questions on the Zoom chat in the not as a personal message to me, but like in a group, the open group that is there on Zoom, because I'm looking at your chat from another account. So that's easier for me to then do your readings. All right. So I'm going to start with Badra Chowdhury. Keep the questions coming in. Don't worry about that. I'm going to first connect with her records and then move on to the next question and the next question. If you have any questions about how the Akashic records work, please feel free to ask that also in the chat. Sorry, one second. Okay. And for those of you who have just joined in, I want you to know that I'm giving 50% off all of June. So if you want a very personalized one-on-one, very detailed reading, then I would suggest book that session instead if you have more than one question. And do keep your records, your cameras on. All right, Badra, are you here? I hope you can hear me all right.
I can, Teja, I can.
All right. Record keepers and guides. What can Bhadra Chaudhary know about what is her soul trying to teach her through her current financial situation? What is her soul trying to teach her about her current financial situation? So, Bhadra, I would ask you to unmute yourself a little bit. And if I have a question, then I want you to answer that, okay? So, the first thing that they're telling me is that your current financial situation, suddenly there has been like an outflow of money. Is that correct? So was there like some sort of um, sudden expenditure, or like there is something
Yeah.
coming up that you need to spend money on, like, and it's making you feel very anxious or nervous in your body?
Yeah, that's there.
All right, okay. Record keepers and guides. So it feels like your current financial situation has been a little rocky, I would say, because no matter how much of hard work you put in, it feels almost like you're scraping by, and the energy feels very difficult. It's not like you're not putting in the hard work. It's not that you're not looking for opportunities, but it feels like every time the money comes in, it also the outflow of it is very quick. And that is beginning to cause you a lot of stress in your life. And what the guides are asking you to know from this particular situation is become aware of your money mindset. Okay. What kind of relationship do you have with money? What are the limiting beliefs that come to your mind when you think about money? All right. When when you think about money, do you think that you need to save money all the time because you may not have enough tomorrow? That becomes a limiting belief, because then you're operating from a place of lack, and your body starts to contract. It becomes very small. And when that happens, you tend to lose more money, or money starts to kind of flow out of your system even more. Okay. So the spiritual connotation of you experiencing this in your particular lifetime is so that you can take command and destroy all contracts you have made with poverty, all the vows you have made of being poor or being in a difficult situation all of your life, from coming from your other lifetimes and your ancestry. Because it could be that your parents, your grandparents, their grandparents have all lived in a way that they've always felt a lack. They always felt that I need to save, otherwise what if tomorrow we don't have anything? We have to save some money so that we can keep it for a rainy day. So if there has been that sort of an ancestry where there has been an energy of lack, you need to break all those contracts, those vows of poverty. And you have chosen this experience in this lifetime so that you can bring your sovereignty back to yourself. You need to call your power back and say, enough. I'm breaking all my contracts with poverty. And this applies to everyone who's listening as well, because the guides are saying that a lot of people who are stuck in that loop of poverty mindset or lack mindset is um, is because of these contracts and these vows and promises that they have made in other lifetimes. For example, Badra, in your case, I'm seeing that you have led a lifetime of austerity, and in that, you had chosen to give up anything and everything materialistic. That vow is still following you through in this lifetime. So you need to break that vow and be very, very assertive in calling the contract off. You have to make it like a loud announcement. You write it down and then you make it like a loud announcement and say it out loudly, saying that I'm breaking all contracts, all vows and promises that I have made in this lifetime and other lifetimes, in other timelines or dimensions. I break all of them now, and I call back the power of wealth into my life. So you're breaking it in. So you like imagining that all of these contracts are breaking down through your ancestry. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. But still, I would have one more question here. That this life of austerity was in your previous life or is
It was
happening
a
in the current life?
it was a previous lifetime, but there is a essence of it in this lifetime, in the sense like there is this feeling of wanting more and at the same time not wanting more. You're okay not having more, you're okay with having more. So there is this that essence of that austerity that is coming from the other lifetime. That is how it's affecting you. When you want something, your mind is telling you like, why do you need it? Like, it's not like you have to show off to someone else if you have a new iPhone. It's not it's not about buying a new iPhone, but it's about having a phone that is more useful and it's cutting down your time, right? So that it can
Okay.
help you access information faster, or whatever it is, whatever technology does. This is just an example they're giving you. But your mind will then tell you, I can do that with any other phone. Why do I need to spend so much money and invest in that? So that is where the conflict is happening. You're unable to think bigger because your brain is like conditioned to think smaller because of safety reasons. You need to feel safe, you need to feel comfortable, you need to feel like you're taken care of. So that is why you're stuck in that loop of lack. You need to save in order to survive. So you're still in the survival mode, and this is coming down from your ancestral line. All right. So that's the
Okay.
information
Okay.
I have for you, Badra. I hope that resonates.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Teja. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So, Priyanka Gautam, you here, Priyanka? Yeah, hi. Um, hmm, record keepers and guides. So there are two questions over here, Priyanka. One is about your house and one is about your job. Which one do you want me to um, ask?
I would say house.
All right, okay. Record keepers and guides. What can Priyanka Gautam know about being able to buy her own house in 2026? Will she be able to buy her own house in 2026? So it may not happen this year. And the reason they're telling me it may not happen this year is because of the economical struggles everyone is having, all the businesses, all the governments, because of the war and other things that are going to come up in from July onwards. It's going to affect the market in a way where you would rather not spend it on buying a house, but probably keeping it for a time where you can then buy a house. So it's not like you will not buy a house, but it's not going to happen in 2026. There is a higher possibility next year for you to buy a house. Record keepers and guides. What can Priyanka Gautam know about buying a house in 2027? Okay, something about mortgage rates fluctuating, which might give you like a small window where you can actually take out a loan or something of that sort that would help you in buying that house next year. If you do that this year, the rates are quite high, but next year there is like a small window where the rates are going to come down. They're talking about February to March. There may be like some sort of a influx of home interest rates that will give you a better opportunity to then take out a loan. Have you taken out a loan for
Okay.
now?
All right.
I have not taken out a loan yet, but
Sorry, can you unmute yourself?
oh, sorry, Teja. I have not taken out any loan as of now, but I was approved for some amount. I would say like amount that I can buy a house of a couple of years ago, like probably I would say 2 years ago.
Okay, but there is going to be like some sort of financial miracle, let's put it that way, because there is some small window which will give you the step to take forward. Either it is because the home loan rates have come down, the interest rates, or they're giving you a better deal on the home loan, um, or the house that you're looking at will probably, the prices might fluctuate, or somebody's giving you a better deal somewhere for the same amount of square feet. There is something that's going to happen between February, March, and April of next year, which is like your foundation stone for that house. Okay. So they're asking you to hold off till then, because after July, things are going to get a little more volatile with the financial markets, which may not work in your best interest if you're buying a house, because then it'll become a liability. It won't become an asset.
Okay. And okay, just in regards to this, would it be better to buy a house on my own, on my name, or with somebody else as a partner in coalition?
For God keepers and guides, should Priyanka Gautam buy the house by herself or through a partnership? It has to be bought on your name, not as a partnership, because whoever you have in mind, I don't think it'll work out with them if you buy the house. I mean, there will be like some sort of clash or financial clash between the two of you. So if you ever have the financial means of buying an apartment or a house on your name, they're suggesting you do that. But 2027 has better opportunities, maybe better buildings or infrastructure is going to change, something like that, which will give you the house that you're actually looking to buy instead of just buying one for investment purposes.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
So I hope that answers your question.
Thank you.
Priyanka.
Thank you, Teja.
All right. Varshita, I think I've answered your question last time, Varshita. I also think I had answered the question for your husband also last time. I don't know, Varshita, if you're there. Please keep your cameras on, so it'll be fun to like see all of you, whoever has joined in. Okay. Anish Vidyalaya. Record keepers and guides. What can Vidyalaya Anish know about his financial blocks due to career choices that he's made in his life? Does he have any financial blocks due to his career choices he's made in his life? They're showing me, Anish, you can unmute yourself. They're showing me that you have been given an offer, or there was an offer that could have gone your way in the past, but you either didn't choose to take it, or you took it and then you quit and moved on to something else because you thought there was no future there. Did something like that happen? Was there an offer that you did not take?
Um, like I can't think of anything as such, but mostly I was very restricted with my career choices because I did not want to make any bold move. I felt I did not have enough emotional support, and I restricted myself in a way like I was fine with doing small jobs,
Yes.
but feeling more emotionally secure.
So, Anish, what I'm seeing is that there was an opportunity that came your way, but you did not recognize it. And either you didn't take on that opportunity because, like you're just saying right now, that it might have been a bold move where you might have to relocate to, like, say, another country or some other place. And that is the reason you did not take on that particular offer because you were not sure of your skill sets for that particular job. Did something like that happen in the past, like about a year ago?
Yes, actually, I did not. I think I did not work hard enough.
All right, okay. Let's just see what other blocks do you have. Record keepers and guides. What can Vidyalaya Anish know about Vidyala Anish know about his financial blocks? What are his financial blocks? See, you cannot let fear rule your destiny, okay? If there is an idea in your head regarding starting, say, a business, because I feel like somewhere along the way in the near future, you want to do something on your own, then you need to start planning and working for it now. You can't wait for a particular time for you to then start the business. Say, if example, you want to get into trading, you need to learn how trading works. You need to learn how the stock market works. Okay. You cannot just be waiting for an opportunity, then you will learn about stock. I'm just giving you an example. I'm not saying that this is how it is happening. So, if you want to start a business in the near future, you need to know the pros and cons of starting that business. You need to know the ins and outs. You need to know how that business is going to pan out the moment you start. So if you say start your business today, in the next 2 to 3 years, what is the growth of my business going to be? How much investment do I need to put into this business? Who are the experts that I need to bring in to help me make this business worthwhile? Or what are the skill sets that I need to have to kind of grow in this business, right? So when you have that information and knowledge, you have to then overcome your fear of failure. Okay, because the more you fail, the more you will learn. So you can try your hand at anything and everything, even now, but don't try and invest a lot of money into it at the moment. Try, say, helping out a friend who's already in business, learn how their business works. Okay, or say you want to get a better job in another company, ask somebody in that company who's at a higher position to mentor you, to become your mentor. And trust me, there'll be a lot of people who'll be happy to mentor you. Okay, you need someone to guide you through this process. You need to look for a mentor to pull you out of your situation and give you an opportunity to grow. So don't be afraid to start speaking up, asking for help. That has become a problem. You can't ask for help. You have to say that I am stuck here. I need to learn this. I need to grow from here. So what do I do? And when you think about it, you will know that, okay, if I had somebody like him I could talk to, then maybe I would get some information on how to overcome my difficult situation at work. So you need to find mentors in every area of your life. See, do you go to the gym?
No,
No?
Teja.
Okay. So if you go to the gym, right, you have a trainer, right? And then there is a personal trainer. Now, if I go to a gym and I just go for regular training, like I'm not even talking to the trainer at the gym, I'm just doing whatever I think I know, am I going to get into my optimal health? I will, but it'll take a longer time. Then when I speak to the trainer at the gym, who's, just looking at generally like who, just telling you, okay, I do this, do that, I am going to get into the health that I'm looking at a little faster. But if I get a personal trainer, how quickly am I going to evolve in my physical health? Faster, right? So that is
Yes.
what the guides are asking you to do. You need to have more focus, and the focus will come when you have mentors who are watching your every step and you're accountable to them. If you haven't started working out in the gym, I would suggest start there, because everything that you do will add to the money in your life. The more you look after yourself, the more money will start flowing into your life. Okay. And this session is all about money today. And the guides are being very specific about this to everyone who's listening, that the more you take care of yourself, the more you put in the effort to make yourself better and better and better, the more money would want to come and stay with you. Okay, imagine money as being like your girlfriend. If you're good looking and you're handsome and you're confident, the girl would want to stay, right? But if you're like very meek and you're not asking for help and you're very underconfident, whatever, the girl will not stay with you longer. Money is also like that. It's the energy of love, that we all love to receive love. But when it comes to money, we have thoughts of, are we being greedy? Are we asking for too much? Things of that sort. So the fear element, the lack element, all of that come into play. So if you can let go of that by focusing on making yourself better and better so that you can make more quality choices in your life to bring in more finances, then money is going to be very attracted to you, right? So it's not just one area of your life. You need to take care of every area of your life. So start finding mentors that will help you, because I'm not seeing any energetic blocks except for the fear of failure. You're afraid that you'll not do good in your life. So might as well just be comfortable in whatever I have. That is the mentality you need to get out of. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
All right. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Anish. So I'm going to move on now. Varshita, you've already asked me a question last time, and so did your husband. Uh, so I'm going to going to read for other people today. And if there is time, then I will address your question, okay? Okay. Aparna Vasan Shetty. Okay, I'm going to answer your question now. Record keepers and guides. What can Aparna Vasan Shetty know about? Till when will her husband Jai Kishan continue working? Is his work till the year 2029 by any chance? Is he supposed to continue working till 2029?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Record keepers and guides. Will Aparna Vasan Shetty's husband Jai Kishan continue to work till 2029? So he may either take a voluntary retirement or retire about 2028 is what I'm seeing. So maybe another couple of years. By the beginning of 2028, I feel that he may want to wind things up. So 2028 is what I'm saying. So just 1 year short of his actual retirement age. Does that make sense?
Is it beginning of 2028, mid or the last
So,
quarter?
beginning of 2028, he will feel like he's not able to handle quite all of that stress or too much of work that is coming his way. So he may probably start training someone else in his place or giving knowledge transfer. All of that is going to start. So by August, September is what I'm seeing. If he chooses to retire, it'll be around that time. So that is what it's very close to 2029, but not exactly in the year 2029. So he's going to cut it very short. Like if he stayed like a few more months, he would have probably gotten all of his
Yeah,
retirement benefits. But it's
yeah.
not like I feel like it's going to happen under special circumstance.
Okay.
All right, cool,
Thank you.
awesome. Um, moving on. Dibidi Usha, I think I have read for you last time as well. So I'm just going to hold off on that. Okay. Chengalavala Venkata Susila Vijaya Kirti. I'm going to read your question now.
So I'll leave. Thank you.
Yes.
Teja, thank you.
Yeah,
That's
you can
great.
stay. You can place yourself on mute or you can leave the call. So that's fine.
Thank you.
All right. Record keeps and guides. What can Chengalwala Venkata Susila Vijaya Kirti? So there are two questions here. I can only answer one. Is there any magical possibility that somehow that you didn't receive the government job? And the second question, should I try attempting the upcoming government exams? Um, which one do you want me to answer, Kirti?
Please answer me the second question.
All right, okay. God keepers and guides. What can Changalwala Venkata Susila Vijaya Kirti know about attempting the upcoming government exams like groups or endowment department commissioner posts? Should she attempt the groups? So I'm seeing a better chance for the endowment department commissioner posts. If you want to attempt the upcoming government exams, that is where they're pointing at. Record keepers and guides. If not for these endowment department commissioner posts, is there any other sector she can possibly apply in? They're showing me health. Is there a health sector in the government that your skills could be required in?
Uh, I'm not sure. Perhaps they're talking about sanitation, something like sanitation sector, maybe.
Mm, health and sanitation. Is it health and sanitation? Yeah, could be health and sanitation, yes. Please turn your cameras on for all of you who have just joined because it's easier and nicer to look at all of you while I'm doing these sessions, okay? Um, so it's possible that the sanitation health sector is another opportunity if it's not the endowment department commissioner's post. Is there like a municipal municipal health department post, something of that sort?
I'm not sure of it as of now.
All right.
Perhaps it is there. I mean, perhaps the department is there. Yeah.
So I need you to find more information regarding that, because what they're showing me is that there is a chance if you want to, because I feel the endowment department commissioner posts, I think there are multiple, they're not single posts. So you can actually apply there. You can also apply in the health sector. So whether that is sanitation or something else, I need you to like figure that out and apply there. Okay, don't hold yourself back in one sector. Apply for all of the jobs and see which one will stick. Okay, and if you want to also with this information on all, like if you pass the exam and you still haven't been selected, you can still use that skill set to apply for a job in the public sector, which is related to the government. Like you have government vendors, right? People who are supplying to the government or who are working for the government as contractors. You can ask those companies if they would like to take you as a trainee or an intern, and you can gain some experience and then probably join their company in the future. So that is still related to the government, but it's not like a government job. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
But there are certain possibilities if you apply for various sectors, not just one sector. Okay. So if there are openings in, say, the endowment side and the health and sanitation, just keep applying wherever there's an opening.
Okay.
All right. Does that answer your question?
So when you said I should apply for multiple sectors, does it mean that I should have to apply for groups as well? Because groups exam covers multiple sectors and posts.
So you can write your groups, okay? If you, that is what I'm saying. Whatever exams you're writing, if you pass those exams and you still haven't been selected, you can apply for various people like the government contractor companies, vendor companies that supply to the government in those areas also. So you're still connected to the government somehow with your skill set that you are going to gain from writing those group exams. So apart from that,
Okay.
you're also applying for the government sectors, which is like health and sanitation, your endowment, all of that. So if groups covers all of them, then apply for the groups. But if you're asking
Okay.
me for a specific post that the groups exam will give you, I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing you getting endowment department commission posts more easily than going through the groups. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So need not check for a chance of applying for anything like software or anything.
That's
The
not.
highest possibility in the endowments itself.
You can see software is something that it's like a skill set. You have to, like I was telling Anish earlier as well, the more you add on to your skills, the better chances of employment are. So the
Yeah.
more you have, the more people are going to want you to work for them. So if you have only the groups ka information and not the software skill set, then you are taking a chance away from yourself. So if you have more skill sets, the more higher the chances are. So if there is a software skill that you can add on, then do add it on because that will be then helpful in other sectors. Like if you don't get the government job, then you can apply in public sectors that work with government, like the vendors or the contractors, or you can also work with private companies that might require those skill sets. So
Okay.
either way, you're training yourself to get a job. That is the ultimate goal, right?
Okay.
It is not about where you're getting that job. It is not about retirement benefits. It's about financial freedom. Once you step into something, growing from there is another
Yeah.
area in itself. But first, you need to get a step in, right? And that is where I feel your struggle is. So once you start applying for a job and you're able to get into whatever job, whatever offer you're getting, then you can grow from there. Then you can network, you can learn more, you can upskill yourself, and then keep moving from one department to another department to another department, gaining more knowledge and skills.
Okay.
Because now I feel is the energy of a multitasker. You need to be a multitasker. You need to learn and have more skills as possible so that you can handle anything that comes your way and not tell your
Okay.
employer that, oh, I can't handle this because I'm not ready to deal with it. Instead, you'll tell your employer, even if I don't know this, I'm going to learn and handle it. That is the quality you need to have. You can't just tell them, I don't know this, because no employer
Okay.
likes to hear that. So if you're trying to apply for public sector jobs or private sector jobs in the future, you need to have that kind of mindset. All right. And
Okay.
again, like I've mentioned earlier, don't have the fear in your head. The more you're going to have the fear that I can't do this, you will not do it. With finances or anything in your life, okay? And this is for everybody who's listening. If you have the fear that I cannot do something, that itself is like a limiting block. You don't need another person to put an energy block on you. You're putting it yourself. So don't give in to fear. If you have fear coming in your way, ask yourself, what else can you do? What else is possible in this situation that I can do to get out of the situation? There is always a possibility, but we are not training our brains to look for other possibilities because we want it to happen only this way and this way. This is the correct way. There is no correct way. if you want to make more money, you need to train your brain to look for opportunities all of the time. What else is possible? What else is possible? This is the only question you need to ask. And then answers will come into your mind. Oh, I can try this. I can do that. I can probably coach some students in groups. I can do that. So there will be like different things that will come to you. All right. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Teja.
You're welcome. Okay. Kirtana, what is your full name? Kirtana, is it Meghanathan?
Yes, it's Kirtana Meghanathan.
Can you please turn your camera on, Kirtana?
Yeah. 1 minute.
Um, Kirtana Meghanathan, you have two questions here. One is about severe money blockage and your debt. Which one do you want me to ask first?
Money blockage.
Okay, record keepers and guides. What can Kirtana Manganathan make?
So, according to me,
Sorry?
no,
Exactly.
the money blockage is actually debt is getting cleared through loans, but this money blockage, which I'm not, I'm having it for this sort of 5 to 6 months. I couldn't able to save, or I couldn't able to invest, or I'm not able to take it to the next level,
All right.
and
I'm
it
gonna,
is going into debt.
yeah,
For
so
that, I'm getting a
let's
debt
find
for
out.
the next. Uh,
Let's find out what that is. Kirtana, apart from Kirtana, I would like everyone else to keep their mics on mute, so that it doesn't resound while we are doing this. Okay, record keeps and guides. What can Kirtana Meghanathan know about her severe money blockage? She's unable to save any money. Okay, so they're showing me, Meghna, that in the recent past, like maybe say 2 years, 3 years from now, you never felt the financial burden so much like you're feeling it right now. And it feels like in the recent past, something has changed. Like you did mention that there has been like a debt that you're paying off through other loans, but this situation that was created in your life where you had to bring money from somewhere else to pay off a debt is causing a lot of fear, insecurity, and a lot of heavy energy in your body. Okay, it is making you feel contracted. You're feeling like overwhelmed. You're feeling, I can't do this. Like, no matter how much I work, I cannot make that money to overcome it. Right? So they're asking you to think smart. Instead of thinking that you can't do it or you cannot overcome something, they're asking you to write down all of the possible debts that you may have, all of the income that you're getting, and how the outflow of that particular income is, all of the loans that you need to pay off because they're the ones paying off the debts. And then
yes.
you need to ask what else is possible here that I can create that will bring in more finances, right?
Okay.
It could be an investment somewhere, it could be um, doing additional work. Okay, for example, you could use your skill sets to train someone else, or you are creating a program where you are sharing your skills, because I know, I think you're a doctor, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you could be training, say, your juniors. You could create modules to train your juniors. That could bring in more financial income. You need to start thinking out of the box. You can't rely only on the income that you're receiving. You need to find a way to create multiple sources of income. Okay.
Okay.
So I know being a doctor, you're already working mad hours, but you need to find a smart way of working. You need to kind of delegate most of your work, and in the time that you have or you've like kind of acquired because of your delegation, then you go ahead and do these small courses or offer your service as consultant in other hospitals. Try to kind of come to this bigger level of thinking rather than making yourself feel restricted by all the debt and the financial situations you're having right now. Because the block that you're facing for the last 6 months is not because there is something energetically happening. It is your frequency has fallen from being very free and abundant with money to suddenly feeling like, oh my God, money is like going out of my hands and I can't save anything. Right. So that fear is what is creating this blockage for you right now. Everything that is being created energetically, like the energy blocks that you guys talk about, like, do I have a money block, energy block? It's all in your mind. Your mind is the one that is creating this block that you're not able to make more money. Look for multiple sources of income. It could be asking, see, you can ask your parents for money. Okay. Yes, a lot of people have problem asking for money. But when you need money and you know there is a source that can give you the money, whether you have to listen to them telling you, I told you so, I know you will do this, and listening to them shout at you, it doesn't matter. At that moment, you need to fix that so that you can then work on regenerating more and more money. So you need to come up with ideas on how you can stop the blocks, right? The money outflow. Like you are saying, you took another loan to pay off your debts. Instead of borrowing it from your parents, who you don't have to pay an interest on, you took it from a bank where you have to
Okay.
pay an interest. So you're paying out more money to the bank, right? It was not a smart move. But if your debt was very high, like in lakhs and lakhs and of rupees, then only it makes sense to take a loan from the bank, right? And now that you have taken a loan from the bank, you have to pay off that loan also,
Yeah.
right? So now you have to start putting in chunks of money to reduce the interest rate. Like, say, for example, you've taken a 50 lakh loan. Okay, let's just assume, okay, you've taken a 50 lakh loan, then you have to pay an monthly installment of, I don't know, like EMI of maybe 50,000, okay, or little less than that. And every time you pay 50 plus the interest, you're going to end up paying almost 1 crore instead of those 50 lakhs that you have
50
borrowed.
lakhs.
So if you have like a income chunk, or if you have borrowed say like 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs from your parents, and you know that you can pay that back, aram se, like without any hurry, then you reduce that chunk. So you make the 50 lakh loan 40 lakhs. Then your EMI will drop, your stress also will drop because you don't have to then pay such a high amount. And then you start outsourcing your work. You do consultations, you do programs, you volunteer wherever they're paying you, even if it is little amount of money, and then start collecting that, paying off the chunks of that amount. So then it becomes easier for you then to not just pay off your loans, but you will continue to have multiple sources of income, right? And when you have multiple sources of income, instead of saying I need to save my money, look at investments. Look at
Yeah.
investing in assets, not in liabilities. So, if you were not part of the live that I did last week, an asset is something that will keep giving you back money. A liability is
Yes.
something that will keep taking money away from you, like maintenance. It could be like repairs, whatever it is. It keeps taking money away from you. So generally, buying a house can become a liability unless you're buying the house to sell off the house to make more money. Then it becomes an asset. Then you're not worried about maintaining the house and putting into repairs and all of that. You're doing it as an investment purpose, right?
Okay.
So in that way, you need to start analyzing where do you have your assets and what are your liabilities? Where is your money
Okay.
leaking out? So when you make these lists, it becomes easier then for you to kind of overcome this particular problem that you're going through right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
hope the information that I'm giving to everyone here will also help others who are listening. And if you have questions about that, you can, you know, add it on the chat. Please send them to the group chat, not the private chat, because I'm not watching the private chat at the moment. Okay. Um, all right. So, and do have your cameras on, please, so that I'll be able to see all of you. Um, but yeah. Badia, I need your full name. I know it's a little longer than Badia Hernandez. So can you type in your full name, Badia? Um, Okay, record keepers and guides. Watkin, Badia, Marisol, Hernandez, Temelson, know about her marketing agency. Badia, Marisol, Hernandez, Temelson, know about her marketing agency and her partnership with Aldo Francisco Ortiz Castillo. So is Aldo Francisco Ortiz Castillo, is he like someone who is a little older than you, but you can unmute yourself?
No, he's younger than me.
Okay. Does he have like a father who's known by the same name as senior?
I think so.
Because I'm getting
Yeah,
the
but he
energies of
wasn't
his father.
close.
Um,
His father passed away like a year ago or something like that.
okay. Because when I'm connecting with Aldo Francisco Ortiz Castillo, I'm getting an older gentleman's energies. So it feels like his father's energies are coming through. Um, it feels like whatever business that he's into right now, his father had started or something of that sort that he's continuing, um, some legacy that his father had started. So I don't know if it's the same business or something else he wants to get into, or he wants to prove his father wrong, or he wants to prove his father right in something. I'm not sure. But there is something that he started on his own that has the influence of his father's figure in it. Does that make sense?
Well, as far as I know, his father got divorced with the mother long time when they were kids, and they feel abandoned. So he didn't have a relationship with the father, like in a positive way. And the father recently passed away, like a year ago, something like that, almost 2 years ago. So they never had a really good relationship. So I don't think I don't know. I
Was
don't
his
know.
father into
And he
business?
had been,
Was his father
I
into,
don't know what the father business was, but
but
I
was
don't
he
think
into
it was the
business?
same business.
Okay. No, not the same business, but was he
No,
a businessman, his father?
probably yes.
Okay. Because what I'm getting is like there is a point he needs to prove to his father. Like he wants to either be better than him, or he wants to like show that he's more capable of it or something of that sort. But his father's essence or energy is still around him. Okay. So it's almost like he wants to show to whoever it is, maybe it's his mother or to somebody else, that he's better than his father. So there is this energy of being very aggressive with his decisions. So when I say aggressive, I'm not saying aggression in a negative way, but it's more like he needs to be quick about it. Like he needs to get into it. He needs to make decisions faster. He needs to kind of get the ball rolling. That is the kind of energy he has. He can't just sit and be patient about things to work out. He needs to make things happen. Okay. So that is the energy that I'm
Mhm.
getting from Aldo Francisco. Um, Aldo
Okay.
Francisco Ortiz Castillo. I'm also getting this feeling like he wants to create something new, like something cutting edge, like he wants to do something different than the normal. Say, if you want to create a marketing agency with him, he doesn't want to do it just any way that everyone else is doing. He wants to bring in like some new ideas, out of the box thinking. He doesn't want it to become dull and boring and old. He wants to be very bold with his decision making. He wants to do more in his life. Okay. So he does have the energy of being a good executor. Like if there are plans that need to be executed, he's going to do fantastic with that. Okay. Um, However, there could be a little bit of energy of taking rash decisions, like not thinking certain things through before deciding, or making very quick and hasty decisions. He needs to curb that. He needs to bring in a little bit more patience. And that is where your partnership with him comes in. You are the one who's actually going to tell him to like calm down and think about the whole scenario rather than just jumping into it. I'm also getting this feeling like he's bringing in the finances, like he's a finance guy, like either he's financing this marketing agency or he wants to work with financiers or investors. He's good at numbers, is what I'm saying. Like he likes to talk to people, have this personal interaction with them, and bring in more money. Does that make sense?
Well, he is the creative part of it. He studied marketing and publicity, and I am more into sales and business. So I am the one who's very meticulous about money, but he wants, because he see the partnership with me brings him a lot of money, because I am very good. I'm blessed with money gift. So the thing is, like, he want to relay on, like, let's make more money, but I had a trusting issue, not because I don't trust him, because I didn't see him as committed to
Yeah.
take more
So
projects. So I think
that is what I'm telling you, that there is a rashness in his decisions. He doesn't think before he acts. Like, say if he wants to spend money, he wants to spend it without thinking. Right? He's like, no, it's a very good thing. Like, let's just go with this vendor, even if they're more expensive, it's going to bring in more people. So it's the decision that he makes certain times is not very well thought. It's very impulsive, very, quick. So he doesn't look at the entire picture before he acts. So that is the drawback that I'm seeing in this particular partnership. All right. Um, record keepers and guides. What can Badia Marisol Hernandez Tamalsen know about this partnership with Aldo Francisco Ortiz Castillo? Is it going to be good for them? Will he work well with her? So I feel like to kickstart your marketing agency for a while, you will be using his energies because he's very good with people. Okay, like he can sell anything to anybody with his charm. Okay, there is a very charming energy about him. His energies are very attractive. So initially, at least, he's going to be required to bring in the clientele or to bring in publicity or to bring in the visibility that you're looking at. And once it starts to build, then you can then take over. And then you can make a choice whether you want to keep him on as a partner or to move out of it and do it by yourself. Right? Because here I'm not seeing like an equal 50-50 partnership. I'm seeing like a 60-40 or something of that sort going on. Somebody is getting lesser than uh the other person. So it has to either be like a 51-49 sort of a partnership or a 50-50 partnership uh, for this to work. But I have some doubt about how long he's going to last in this business. Like he might, after a few years, might get bored with it. He wants to do something else. So the reliability factor um, is not as much, but he will be able to help you push this agency forward. So for the first couple of years, his energies are going to be very useful, and then he's going to then you will have to probably decide whether you want to continue working with him or not. Okay.
okay.
All right. So I'm just going to move on to the next person. To Shika Ashok. Are you here, Shika Ashok? See, please ask me one question, everybody. There are multiple questions that are coming through. So I can only do one. In fact, I
No
thought
problem.
you're going to do like 5 of you and not all of you, but then questions are pouring in. So I'm just going to do another 1 or 2 questions and then we'll wrap it up because it's already 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Shika Ashok, do you have a last name, surname, anything like that, or is it just Shika?
Hi. Yeah, this is Shikha Ashok. That's it.
All right, okay. Record keepers and guides. What can Shika Ashok know about her job with the advent of AI?
Actually, Teja, it's like two into one. If you can probably combine, like, there is some issue with the family inflow of the money, because me and my husband have both been struggling since last few years, and we wonder whether it's a family thing basically, which is problematic.
If it is an individualistic thing, like he and me individually suffering from finances, then I don't know.
Okay. Record keeping
Mhm.
guide. Why is the inflow of money becoming a problem for Shika, Ashok, and her husband? What's going on? Mm. I'm seeing some sort of past financial debt that you all are still overcoming or something of that sort. Like, was there a outflow of money from you both at some point in the past? Like, I'm not saying recent past. It's more than 3 or 4 years old. Like, there has been like a certain mm, outflow of money.
Not debt. My husband's mother was not well, so but that was not for both of us. It was more of his
Yes,
uh,
but
money.
what I'm sensing is he was the main financial provider for quite some time. Like the money that was spent or the money that was saved was more from him than from you.
No, I don't think so.
Was it equal amount of savings that you all had?
Yeah, actually, the boundaries are very blurred. So it's not like, there are no boundaries like this is what you're going to spend. More or less,
No, I'm talking about income. So
income.
for example, if he brought in 1 lakh, you would have probably bought in 50,000 or somewhat like there's a discrepancy with the incomes. Like there is some at least 10 to 20,000 difference.
Yes, there would be, yeah.
And then what I'm seeing is the savings that he puts money into is a little bit more than what you do because you're
That I don't know, to be honest, about his savings. So,
no, I mean like so I feel whatever chunk of amount had gone out, it went out from majorly from his account and some of it from your account as well. But it feels like that was an unexpected spend. Like it wasn't expected. Like it just there was a chunk of money that went out in the past. I'm talking about 3 4 years ago. If you're saying that your mother-in-law was sick, that was an unexpected spend, right? That went out from your
yeah,
pockets.
she was sick for 4 years. She was bedridden. So,
Okay.
yeah, a lot of money went,
I'm seeing
yeah.
like after that particular phase, both of you have gotten into this mindset of being worried about your future. You're like
Yeah,
constantly
that
worried
is
about worry.
that is true.
So when the constant worry about the future is there, Shika, there is also a block that starts to form. The energy of the house starts to become more constricted. Like if you are thinking about if I spend here on this, then what about that? Then I have to like it's almost like trying to put everything in a particular expenditure bracket so that you all don't overspend. You all are very careful with money. So there is no freedom with money in your lives at the moment. Okay, at least in the past few years. So what this has done is whatever promotions that you all had to get or whatever promotion he had to get, it's all being either delayed or been given to someone else, or he's unable to get better opportunities in work wise or something else outside of his company. So there is this feeling of fear that if I don't stay with this company and I choose to jump somewhere else by leaving this company, if I don't get a job, then I'm like, neither here nor there. Okay, so that is restricting him from actually growing. So you need to take a calculated chance to move to a higher level of money frequency. And for that, either he needs to upscale himself or you need to, or both of you need to upscale yourselves. So it means investing in skill sets that will bring more money into your life. So whether there is a particular software skill or something that he needs to learn to get the promotion at work or to get into a better paying job, then he needs to invest, like not think that I don't have the money to do it, but whatever money he has in his savings, to use that as an investment rather than a liability that, oh, money is going away, but I'm not getting anything. Not to look at it from that point of view. Anything you can invest in that will make you more money in the future is always an asset. So, with you also, with regards to your AI taking over your job. If there is an AI course that you can learn and create more for yourself, okay, by working with the AI, not against the AI, using certain tools and making sure that your work is done faster, you're producing a lot more because of your AI tools, then you are going to be more sought after. So don't look at things that are changing as problems, but look at them as opportunities and see how you all can invest in overcoming those um, the new changes that are happening. Never call it like a problem. If this is a problem for me, then I can't do it. That will become your response. AI is taking away jobs, so I can't, like, I'm scared of AI. No, if AI is taking away a job, you need to figure out a way of conquering AI so that it can never take away your job, because you have certain skill sets. Unless you put in the certain prompts, AI is not going to give you the output, right? So you
Right.
need to learn how to put the exact right kind of prompts to work with the AI to build more for yourself. Okay.
Okay.
So same with your husband. Like, if he has to upskill himself, invest in, I don't know what he does, but Sigma black belt is coming into my head. Like, if he's in software, if there's like a Sigma thing that he has to do to kind of become like the best in the software business, then he needs to invest in that to kind of grow his skills and, then ask for the promotion or look for another job that is willing to take him as with his additional skill sets. Okay, because it feels like, because of whatever's happened in your recent past, you'll have become very scared of spending more. So you're not even looking at investing in your own selves to grow and to become better. Okay,
Right.
so
Mhm.
that is something that you need to overcome. I hope that question answers your question.
Yes, pretty much. Thank you
Uh,
so much.
Thank you, Shika. Um, all right. So I'm going to ask Neeraj Srivastav, you're here. Neeraj Srivastav, are you here? He was here till now. I'm not sure where he's gone. Uh, Guys, if you're online, please turn your cameras on so that I can see you. Neeraj, are you here? Okay, I'm moving on. Vibha Agarwal, Vibha Agarwal, are you here? Okay, I don't think. If you're here, Neeraj or Vibha, let me know. Stuart, I've asked a question about you last time when we did the reading, so I will not be able to take your question in today. But thank you so much for joining in. Hitesh Kumar Kolesh, is that your full name?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, okay. Uh, mm, okay, record keepers and guides. What can Hitesh Kumar Kolesh know about the financial struggles for the last 3-4 years? What's happening? Okay. Hitesh, your wife isn't working?
No, ma'am. Actually, we have 2.5 years old son.
Okay,
So before his birth, she quit job.
okay. Because I'm getting the sensation, I mean, like the information that your wife isn't working. And
Mhm.
I feel like, are you living with your parents or somebody like
Uh,
close by your parents?
Yeah, we were living with our in-laws when our son was born, and then when I got a job in India, so that time we moved back into our own home.
Okay. So right now you're working?
Yes, ma'am.
God keep us and guides. What can Hitesh Kumar Kolesh know about his financial situation? So the information that I'm receiving, Hitesh, is that I don't something about being in the parents' house, like whether they're in-laws or your own parents, it feels like there was some expenditure there. Like you did mention that, your son was born, but at the same time, I feel like money kept, like there was a lot of expenditure that happened while you were staying there at the parents' house. Did that happen?
Yes, ma'am. We paid to some consultancy firm also, 1.5, 2 lakh rupees, because we were trying to move to Australia at that time,
Okay. Because I
but
feel
nothing fruitful came out.
record keepers and guides. What right now you're into software, right? You're a software engineer right
My
now.
wife is software engineer.
Okay.
I'm myself originally a marine engineer, and
Okay.
now working as a commercial diving manager.
Okay. Record keepers and guides. What can Hitesh Kumar Kolesh know about his financial situation? When will things start to improve for him? Are you looking for, okay, so the reason you're not able to get to other countries or apply to jobs in other countries is because of the war, is what I'm saying. I feel like there are certain countries that you could have applied to, like, say, for example, in some places in the UAE. Um, but in the next 2 to 3 months, you can start applying for Dubai, is what I'm saying. Okay. Dubai
Right,
is
ma'am.
a place where you will find opportunities to get better jobs, especially
Hmm.
something related to oil or I'm getting the word crude oil or
Hmm.
something related to pipelines. I'm not sure for what those pipelines are being used, but I'm seeing
Right, ma'am.
a lot of that, and I'm seeing a lot of desert and water. Like, so it could be like near the sea, but like
Hmm.
pipelines coming through the desert into the water, into the sea, or or from the sea into the desert, something of that sort. Um,
Right, ma'am.
so I'm seeing like in another.
Actually, there is a meeting planned for maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, but that is for Qatar.
Okay, all right. So that's great. Any place in the UAE actually will be beneficial for you. Two to
Hmm.
3 months from now is where I'm seeing like a possibility of you getting the job and probably relocating. But the problem is you might have to go by yourself first, and then your family can follow. It will not
Right,
be
ma'am.
easy for Navneet to join you immediately. And also, if she can get back to, was she into, like, I know you mentioned she was a software engineer, but is she thinking of changing her field or something, getting into teaching or something
No,
else?
no, not teaching and all. If she will join, she will go back into this lead software tester.
Okay. See, the reason I'm asking if she wants to change her line is because if she has to join you in UAE, she will
Hmm.
probably need to pick another line of work. Okay.
Right.
But if she wants to stay in India and you're okay going up and down, then there may be an opportunity. Where are you from right now?
From Chandigarh.
Okay. There may be an opportunity either in Bombay or Delhi for her with her software job. Okay.
Right.
Which will bring in a lot of money and stability, but at the same time, there will be distance between the two of you for at least a while till
Right.
things start to stabilize. Okay.
Hmm.
If you guys are okay with that, your finances are going to improve. Because when I'm seeing the two of you together, one of you is not working. So, and it's mostly
Hmm.
Navneet. So every time the both of you come together, one of them, like mostly Navneet, is not working. That is the
Right.
problem.
Right.
So if she has to stay with you in whichever country you're in, and you're establishing yourself, you're doing very well, then she may need to choose another avenue of work. And I'm seeing
Right.
something to do with teaching. So she can become like a software engineer, I mean, like a teacher in a engineering college or something like where she can teach her own skill set, but something to
Right.
teaching. Okay. I'm not sure if she's going to be okay listening to this answer right now, but
Mhm.
because she's never even thought about teaching. If you ask her, she'll be like, I don't even know how to be a teacher, right?
Right,
But
ma'am.
feels like it will give her the work-life balance that she's looking for, especially with your young child right now. So the opportunity in UAE seems to be like quite good for you. If that doesn't work out, record keep
But
us.
ma'am, UAE, I have like a case because I have some loans there, and because of this last couple of years of financial turmoil, I could not repay those loans.
Okay. So that will become another question. So I can only ask one.
Yes,
I'm just
yes,
asking about your job right now.
right, ma'am, right, ma'am.
Kolesh, what can you know about his job offer in Qatar? Will that go through?
Yeah, I'm here, Teja. Vibha Agarwal.
Yeah, hi, Vibha. Just 1 second. Let me just finish
Yeah,
with
sorry.
Kolesh. So I am see there's a very high chance of you getting the job in Qatar, but you can also
Hmm.
like once you get the job, you can pay off those loans, and I think until you do, they will not let you leave the country.
Right, ma'am.
Possibility of that, and that is where again the distance that I'm seeing between you and your wife. But there's also an opportunity from moving from Qatar to Dubai at some point in the next 2 years. So they could be like
Right, ma'am.
expanding, whichever company you're working for in Qatar could be expanding to Dubai, or like there's an opportunity in something similar in Dubai for you to move into.
Right, ma'am.
Okay.
Understood, ma'am.
So that is what I'm saying. But I feel like in the next year or two, you will come out of the struggle that you're in right now.
Thank you, ma'am. Really grateful.
You're welcome. Thank you. Anyway, so for
Thank you, ma'am.
those of you who have joined, I know a few of you have left also, but I just want to let you know that the whole of next month, June 1st to 30th, I'm giving 50% off on all of my Akashic record readings. If you want a one-on-one, in detail, in-depth reading, then please book your sessions as soon as you can, so that we'll have enough slots for all of you next month. Okay. So I'm going to ask this last question and then I'm going to wrap up because it's already almost 8:30 now. Vibha, where can I see your Vibha Agarwal, right?
Yes.
Can I have your son's full name, Vibha?
Karthik Agarwal.
Karthik Agarwal. Record keepers and guides. What can Vibha Agarwal know about her son, Karthik Agarwal, joining their family business? Um, I feel like he wants to start something on his own. There's this resistance to join the family business for some reason. There's almost like no, I want to do something on my own. I don't want to be under someone's shadow. Is that how your son is?
Yes, yes. Right now he's into his own startup,
Okay.
but we are getting feelings that he also may want to come and join. So,
Not as of now, because I feel like he wants to first make his startup a success and then join the family business because then he'll have some sort of like there is something about proving a point to somebody that he can do it by himself. So I don't know if it is to his
right.
father or some other father figure in his family. He wants to make
Mm,
a point that I can also start my own business and do really well for myself. I don't need you guys
mm,
to kind of look after me for it, right? And it feels like you guys are asking him to come and join the family business because you feel he can't do well in his startup, and that is bothering him. So the option or the way you can convince him is by asking him that if you want to make more money, then you can
mm,
also be part of our family business so that your skills are utilized here and you can take this money and invest it back into your startup so that in both
mm,
ways you can build two businesses at the same time instead of making
right.
it feel like he's not capable of running his own business.
Mm,
Does
got
that make
it.
sense? So it's like he's stuck in that feeling like you guys don't have enough trust in him to make it big on his own, and that is where the struggle is. It's not like he doesn't want to be part of the family business. He doesn't have anything against the business per se, but he
Mm,
has this feeling that y'all don't trust him to do well on his own. So
Mm.
give him an opportunity to do both so that he can make money and invest it back in his business if that's what he wants, or to kind of help you out in the family business rather than leaving that business and joining this. Because the startup is his own brainchild. He will not want to give up on that till he gives up and says, okay, this is a flop, I can't do anything about it. But that
Okay.
business also is doing quite well, like it's going to pick up. So there is no reason for him to join your family business, but he will join if you ask him as a favor.
Yes,
Help you.
got your point.
Does that make
He's
sense?
into two startups actually, Teja. So
One
he's
is tech.
quite fed up with the first one. First is a startup.
Is there a tech startup
Soft-
he's into?
Yes, yes, software. Both actually software. He's a software computer engineer.
There is one that is related to tech, is what I'm saying. Something to do.
Yes,
Uh,
yes,
he's interested in one tech field that he's either developing something with AI or he's developing something like a brand new software that he would rather sell to other companies and make money out of it, like make them take license to use his software. So that one is
yes,
going to do really well for him, and he's really interested in that. So
yes.
he will find a breakthrough in that in the next 6 to 8 months, is what I'm saying. So the only way he'll come back to your family business is if you, ask him to come and do it as a favor, rather
Mm,
than like give up on his other startups and come. Okay.
right. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for all of you guys who have participated, Stuart and others who have come last time, who have asked questions last time, and I haven't answered your questions. Next week or the week, the next session or the week after, when we're doing the final session for free, you can ask questions then, and I'm happy to answer those questions. We will do more of these lives once in a while so that people who have just one question can come and ask their questions on the live. Next, we're having this again on Saturday, 7 o'clock, for love related questions, romance related questions, anything to do with relationships. So that'll be a bit more juicy, I would say. So do join in if possible at that point as well. And again, those of you who are watching me, 50% off whole of next month. So don't let go of this offer, because I usually don't give away 50% off just like that. I mean, those of you who know me know this, that I don't do such heavy discounts. So 50% off all of June from 1st to the 30th. If you have friends, family who want to have Akashic Records read in person, in detail, 1 hour sessions, please let them know about this. All right. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope to see you all in the next live free reading sessions on Saturday. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Bye bye.